this is Bougie Lay coming to you with my first ever YouTube video. Super nervous, have never done this before, so this will be exciting. If you subscribe today or start watching today, you'll get to see me grow and you'll get to see me flourish. So my first YouTube video will be about how I started selling hair. Everyone always asks. They thought I had this big old plan and I just jotted it down, but it actually didn't work like that. So, start from the beginning. Back in 2014, 15, I was sitting in my aunt's house. I was getting my hair done. And I was a caregiver at the time. I was working with my CNA and I was doing private duty. Actually, I'm lying. I had just got fired from my caregiver job. So I wasn't working at all. And I had like a little bit of money saved up. So I'm like, I'm tired of working and quitting jobs, whatever the case may be. I didn't really have a plan though. I just wasn't working. I was free. I was available. So I was getting my hair done and I kept seeing people coming in and out of my aunt's shop. So I'm like, what are they coming in and leaving and getting? What are they doing? So she's like, oh, they're buying hair. So I'm like, oh, you sell hair? So I wound up letting her put some of the hair in my head or whatever. She had Brazilian and Peruvian. And this was before, it was a big thing. It was only like a few people in Baltimore selling hair at the time. So I was like, okay, cool. So I got the hair. I think I got like 20, 22, 24, something like that. Nothing crazy. And I put it in my head. So I left her shop and I went to my Dalman. I was just walking around, typical day. And people just kept asking me like, oh, where'd you get your hair from? Where'd you get your hair from? I've been looking for some hair. So I'm like, oh, my aunt sells hair. My aunt sells hair. But after a couple of days of doing that, I was like, what if I start telling people I got it for myself and start promoting me, like I'm promoting her. Maybe I can kind of sell some hair under her and get a little bit of money, and give her some money. So I tried it out and people was asking me like, hey, where'd you get your hair from? So I told this one girl, me. So she's like, okay, but what's your Instagram? So I gave her my Instagram. I'm like, Bougie Lay. So I start giving a couple of my Instagram. And after that, I think like one Friday or Saturday, it was Saturday. I remember like it was yesterday. It was one Saturday. And this one girl had DM'd me. And she was like, hey, I had got your Instagram and I wanted to get some hair. So I was like, okay, cool. So I went to my aunt's house and was like, hey, how much is your hair? So she gave me her price list. And I basically charged the person like a little bit extra so I could make money from it. And then I gave my aunt her money. So I took the girl the hair, and as I was driving back from her house, I got another phone call. Hey, my homegirl just gave me your number. I'm gonna get some hair. So I'm excited. I'm like, okay, 2 sales in one day. Went to the other girl house, dropped the hair off to her, went back to my aunt's house. Next thing you know, I'm getting text messages, DMs, like crazy. I'm like, oh my goodness, this shit is so exciting. So I just went and got the whole box of hair from my aunt's house, put it in my truck, and my little sister Lexi was with me. She will vouch. I can't make this up. And I just was driving all around Baltimore City, Baltimore County, doing drop-offs. And I think I made like $15K that day. And of course, a lot of it was my aunt's. I probably pocketed like $5,000-$6,000 that day. And that was my first time like actually jumping into selling hair. I probably did like a little promote like here and there of like, hey, I got hair and stuff like that. But that day, my business started. And that wasn't even me like planning or saying, hey, sitting down like, I'm going to sell hair. This is my prices. I didn't plan it. Like, most people plan their actual business. I kind of just jumped into it and it took off ever since. This is before I had business cards. I didn't really even have a name. I didn't have a brand. I was just Bougie Lay on Instagram, no hair page, no nothing. So that was the day I wound up saying, I'm not ever, like I'm never working again. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with working because every now and then I'll still do like bartending or I'll do like a nursing job or something like that just to get me out the house. But it's nothing wrong with working. It's not for everyone. As far as, well, technically you're always working, whether you have a business or you have an employer, but it's just the micromanaging and just the structured jobs I can't personally do. So that was that. So after I made the money, I went back to my aunt, gave her the money, she gave me my money, and we basically set it up where I was selling hair for her for about 7 months. I was selling hair for her for a long, long, long time. So I made so much money, like so much money, and I was living with my grandma at the time, so I didn't have any like really bills. I had like my car note, my car insurance, phone bill, stuff like that, but I didn't have no serious bills. So I was just tucking my money, tucking my money, tucking my money, and then after I did that, for a couple of months or so, my 21st birthday was coming up. So I decided to move to Atlanta, which I'm breaking it down because when I came to Atlanta, I didn't have the same setup. So a lot of people don't know this, and this is why I'm sharing it. But when I moved to Atlanta, I thought it would be easy. Like, okay, I'm going to find me a vendor. I already sell hair. I originally wanted to come out here and have a hair store, but it wasn't easy. When I came out here, I had to start all over. So, did I answer all the questions? Should I go over anything, or should I just keep going?
Well, you're kind of getting to how you actually became a hair distributor. So
Okay.
I was gonna say like you fast forward the story, but you're kind of answering the question now.
Of how I personally became. So that is how I started selling hair. But how I became Treshes by Leia, because originally I was Bougie Bundles. That was kind of like, okay, my Instagram name was Bougie Lay, so Bougie Bundles. And everyone in Baltimore knew me as Bougie Bundles. So let's just backtrack some. So that was the name I established in Baltimore, Bougie Bundles. And that was still me selling hair under my aunt or for my aunt and pocketing the money. So I saved my money. I decided I wanted to move to Atlanta. Just because I wanted a fresh start, I wanted something new. I wanted to come out here and open up a hair store, not knowing how many people already sold hair out here. And not knowing I would have to start completely over. So I had an established, hair drop off or hair business, there. So when I moved to Atlanta, my aunt basically, I couldn't just run to her house anymore and get hair. So I would do it where people would buy the hair and pick it up from her. But then it kind of became like conflict of interest. So I decided I wanted to branch off and do it my own. So I had to look for vendors. So because I had so many people wanting hair and I didn't have the hair, I just kind of jumped on the first vendor I found from sampling that I thought was good. And the vendor wound up sending me a bunch of bad hair. So when she sent me the hair, me not knowing it was bad, I sent it to my customers and I had a bunch of bad hair go out. And I basically lost all of my customers. I was fucking devastated. Like, that was the worst thing. I felt like my whole business was over. I could have cried. I just had so many customers calling me, texting me, oh my God, this hair is not good. This is not your hair. And it was just, it was a lot. Like, people were making posts and things like that. And I was like, I will never be able to come back from this. But anyway, so that was that. So I stopped selling hair for a while. And I just kind of had to really plan something I never had to do. Like, I kind of got thrown, I kind of jumped into selling hair, but I kind of had to reel back in and start from the beginning. So I had to plan a name, which is how I got to Treshes by Leia. I wanted to, one, change my name because I felt like my old name was tarnished. And two, I wanted a more mature, not that Bougie Bundles wasn't mature, but I kind of wanted to establish a brand within myself. So I wanted it to have my whole name in it. So I did Treshes by Leia, and it took a while to do different vendors and different sampling. But I finally had found a really, really good vendor, which is the vendor that I'm still using to this day. So I've been using her for 3 years now. And I had my website, I had my vendor, and I kind of just jumped back in. So I started off by just promoting. I put the new bundles in my hair. New bundles meaning the new vendor that I found. I put it in my hair, and I started promoting myself all over again. And from there, I got new customers, and then I got some of my old customers back who were like, hey, let me try her hair again. Because my prices, I wanted having to lower my prices. So just for example, my 30-inch used to be $150. So my 30-inch was now $80. So I wound up lowering my prices so that I can get my customers back really quick. And now I'm known for my reasonable prices. And it's not that they were lowered, but I found a better vendor that the hair was cheaper. So it's kind of like it was a win-win situation. I got the wholesale for a better price, so I could be more flexible with my pricing, which kind of helped me get my customers back in itself because I offer competitive pricing. On top of that, my original clientele was in Baltimore, so them having to wait to get the hair to them from Atlanta was like kind of something new to them. So I wanted to make sure that I was kind of like, hey, I know you can get hair in Baltimore and pick it up, but my prices are more competitive. Come shop with me. So I did that for a while, and that was that. And I had my Churches by Leah. I did my website. I did my branding, and I just started from the beginning. And I started getting my customers back slowly but surely, slowly but surely. And a lot of my clientele to this day is word of mouth. So I do, minimum promotion. I probably should do more, but it's just me. And I get overwhelmed sometimes as far as like doing the footwork for shipping out orders and responding to DMs and responding to, text messages and things of that. So, yeah. But, yeah, and that's another thing. I do everything by myself. So some people, they might have an assistant, they might have people helping them, but it gets overwhelming when it's just you and you have to do your footwork and your communication. And on top of that, I'm in school. So, I do a lot. But that is the end of this video. I feel like I'm going to start rambling, so I want to keep it basic and I want to keep it brief. But if I didn't answer questions, or if you have any questions that I didn't really touch base on, leave a comment below and I will make the next video about that, and I'll try to keep this going. So give me an idea for what my next video should be, and everyone have a good day.